two brothers, Smith and Bruce, to Puerto Rico. And he had bought the tickets, and one was S Heart and one was B Heart. And my brother Bruce got cold feet the night before he was supposed to go. And my brother Smith came up, and my brother Bruce kind of came up and tried to talk me into maybe going instead. Like, the ticket was B Heart, and you could go with Smith, and Smith didn't want to go alone. And I got talked into overnight, like, changing my life completely. I packed up a little bag and flew to Puerto Rico with Smith, and I remember sitting on a beach with a big full moon and looking up at the sky and thinking about it as the waves were crashing on the rocks. I can remember just sort of thinking about my life and where I was, and then I knew what wrestling was. I knew it was a hard life. I knew it was traveling. I knew it was... But I just remember kind of asking myself whether I really wanted to be a wrestler. Like, this was, do you want to be a wrestler, and do you want to spend the rest of your, do you really want to go for this, or do you want to, maybe I was homesick and a lot of other things. But I do remember making sort of a pact with myself that I was going to give this wrestling a real try, and I was not just going to be a wrestler. I was wrestlers in the world. Early days, that it was for the benefit of my father, that I'd be his salvation, or I'd be the guy that would come in and help revive things for him and keep the family business alive.
The business was very good to me. I came along at the right time. I was in the early 60s. I learned everything in the ring. I didn't go to gyms. They wanted to get me because I looked the part, I was big. And
what were you?
I was lucky.
The wrestling was great. I stayed in shape. I got in shape. I was always in shape. And it was fun. The traveling all around. I got a chance to go to places that I didn't have to pay. People today have to pay to go see them places. I was there for free and got paid for it.
I used to be a fisherman guy, you know. I love to go spearfishing, fishing. And I used to go behind the reef, when the tide goes out and everything. That's when I go down and go shooting fish, whatever my mom wants, she'll get it. He said it's lobster. And I always get a lobster every time when she wants it. I didn't tell her that I was, getting into the wrestling business and stuff. And when we, came home after she worked, because the wrestling comes on in the evening, and we sit down and watch it because she loves it. She loves wrestling.
Hostile UAV in the area.
That I was gonna be, involved in it. Now, when we sat there and turned on the TV, right, and my mom was just looking, and I didn't say any more to her after that. All of a sudden, I came and I think it was number 3, which was good, she didn't have to wait around to see the bra. And when I came in with me and Cowboy Franklin, we was in a tag match. My mother thought she just
hostile care package deployed.
I loved it.
Overhead. Hostile sentry is active. Deploy. High alert. Copy that. UAV online and orbiting the AO. see at this time.
I think it was 18 different, what they call gimmicks. And I actually lived every gimmick that I did. And that made it hard for my family too, because most people, wrestlers, when they went to the arena, they got dressed and went home. Like that. I didn't. I was my character. And I was always in fights and stuff like that. But a lot of the promoters loved me for that because I was attracting attention.
My goal, when that bell rang, and even before it
Hostile cluster mine
was
active.
to give somebody something for their money that maybe somebody else didn't give them. In other words, maybe I wasn't good, but I was unique. It's not good enough to be good. You gotta be special. Terry Funk told me, Lanny, if you want to make it in this business, you gotta be peculiar. So since I wasn't born peculiar, I decided to act peculiar. Even walking like the genius, talking like the genius, and running away from people like the genius. When I was leaping Lanny, I was a suffering hero. Oh man, I'm gonna kill you.
I had this mind doll, and it had Velcro on the hands, and I put it on the ropes, and my opponent would take it and kick it, and I would sell it, kicking me, and they'd kick it again and stop it. I would sell it like this big, and the people were buying it. They liked it because of George's way, or George.
Hostile more strike in the area.
And they raised my doll hand. The mystique of the mask was not really my thing. I mean, they may have, but nobody ever approached me and said, I mean, I can go up and I never know. Axe Demolition and Master Superstar was I was an actor when I first did it. Because I was over it's the African. They'd show the eyes. They would do this. So I'd go and study this, look in the mirror with some of the eyes. But also to see the hypnotize of myself. When you start staring into a mirror. And then how long can you do it? And that's going to pick it up. I'd go into the ring, see the people, and go.
Hostile UAV in the area.
You couldn't look at me, not just like this. And when you see him go like this, you see him. Events that come out and publicly said we're sports entertainment, and just by the presented our business now, it was more like a family show. And Hulk Hogan was the superhero who was bigger than life, and I was almost like Snidely Whiplash, you know. It was so over the top, the good and evil. People understood.
Abdullah the Butcher, as you all know, has challenged Superstar Billy Graham to his manager, the Godfather Wrestling, Damian Kane. So I decided to bring out an old friend of mine, Superstar Billy Graham, and Superstar.
The world's greatest television announcer, Mr. Paul Heyman. Superstar Billy Graham is on the wrestling team, and when I get my hands on Abdullah the Butcher.
They would do this, so I'd go and study this, look in the mirror with some of the and all of a sudden it seemed like I was hypnotizing myself. When you start staring into a mirror, you know, just, how long can you do it? Then I started picking up. I'd go into the ring, see the people.
Hostile VTOL incoming.
Find one person who couldn't look at me, not just like this. And when you see them like this, you see them, and then they start to move. Events that come out and publicly said we're sports entertainment, and just by the very nature of the way he presented our business now, it was more like a family show. And, you know, Hulk Hogan was the superhero who was bigger than life, and I was almost like
compromised. We failed.
Jewish wrestler at that time, but generally you hid your name behind something. Like I was pretend Prussian German. My partner pretended to be Italian. We wrestled as the Axis powers. I Tomkov, I take you, I break you, I throw you from the ring. So I carried on like that for a couple of years, and it was a blast.
My brother Mad Dog, he says, Paul, he says, ever since they started calling me Mad Dog, he says, I've been making nothing but money. He says, we got to find you some kind of animal name. I figured, well, he's going to call me Paul the Bull or Paul the Goat if you want to, an animal name, Paul the Tiger or some damn thing. So he comes up and he says, you know what we're going to call you? We're going to call you Paul the Pig. I said, the hell with you. I'm not wrestling under Paul the Pig. I don't care how much money I'm going to make. Then we both started laughing. And we decided on something else, and that's where I got the name Butcher. When I was back in the Fiji Islands, we used to go to a lot of movies. I love watching the movies, and when Tarzan came out, and I went to go see it, it was all over, brother. Because right then, that synced right into my mind. It said, my goodness, I would like to be like that guy. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to do it. Because that's what I want.
Kill confirmed.
Once you start having tears and everything.
Got your back.
Brother. And I knew that she was a wrestling fan.
I'd go to the Northeast in the WWEF territory, now the WWE, and I would come back and the televisions never crossed. But kids would come in from the Northeast and Madison Heights, and I'd see them over in the corner with a magazine, and they'd have a bunch of kids draw it. And they had to confront me. This happened about the magazine and say, that's you're George the Animal Steel. I'd take it. Sometimes I was on the cover, I'd look at it like this here, say, do you really think I'm that ugly? And their answer was, well,
I go to a restaurant, and I'm walking to people, can I help you? I go, me. Right? They say, oh, you want aged bacon? I just thought, there was a lot of guys that had... My gimmick
Enemy
was
UAV active.
I was just a wrestler.
At Domino's, you can get any 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for $6.99 each, or lava cakes, bread bites, and more.
Got your back! Target destroyed!
Confirmed. Enemy KIA.
Oh, what the fuck? One night,
Using flintlock!
we wrestled there, and I said, George, why don't you get yourself a gimmick and call yourself
Hardline activated. Friendly UAV on
George
station.
something. So he came back, and the next day he come to see me, and he said, Andrew, I think I got a gimmick. I'm gonna call myself George. And that's the way and he became one of the greatest entertainers in the world.
Covering your 6. Changing back. Throwing drill charge.
The worst thing that you can say to a wrestler is that
Dropping ammo here. Reloading.
which tells me that you probably know what I'm talking about.
Suppression mindset.
Or some guy that's, you know,
On your
35,
6.
38, 40 years old.
Drop in the air.
In the gym and I'm saying, well, how can I become a wrestler? Well, the first thing I would ask them is,
I get pissed when people say anything about this. It was fake. I wouldn't have, 4 artificial joints.
It was very real.
Standing by.
It's a tough life. It really is. I mean, when you see someone mad hard, when someone's picking them up and slamming them down hard, and you have to be in extreme condition.
Requesting recon flyover.
That UAV online and opening the air.
Every time.
I can show you my doctor bills. I can show you in the ring what we do.
On your 6.
I don't like to use the word fake. I think anybody that's wrestled takes offense to that. And whenever I would meet somebody and they would say that, or simply not get mad, not get loud,
UAV is bingo
give 'em my
fuel.
card and say,
RTB
this
at
is
the
my
time.
training facility. You can come up anytime you want, sign the release form, ring with me, and you determine if it's fake or not.
Have your back.
Solve anybody's intelligence. What we do,
Friendly UAV online.
the wrestling itself is how we take it, maneuvers that we perform,
Drop their sniper.
entertainment. That's all real. It's not real to the extent that we're fighting on the street, but it's real that we put our bodies on the line.
Using drill charge.
And the drinks.
I'd pick you up. I'd throw you on the floor. Is it going to hurt? Probably, right? I don't know how you seems to win. And I don't see anybody here that's had 20, 30, 40 years in this business. So,
Reloading.
contact is the contact, and that's the way it goes. You can't fake it. It's not a desk job. It's a very physical job. Is that wrestling? Oh, man. It is orchestrated, but at the same time, it's, man, the getting stabbed.
Look alive.
You do that, so the injuries are real. What comes to my mind is Captain Lou Albano. He said to me, Lanny, the only 2 things that's real in this business is the miles and the money.
When we did Lifestyle Stories and Famous, and I said, no, I said, you know, Rob, we're talking about places in the world. Bosses and bosses now. So it was basically, you know, he said, that it takes this all the time. So wrestling's not the only thing that's going to get sports, journalists, people that don't necessarily wrestling or do deals, we're just phony wrestlers. But the ability to do those kind of things, that kind of
Our UAV is orbiting the area.
a chair and hit somebody.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Tap or injury.
The enemy is gaining ground. Push them back.
The precision and
Stand tall.
wrestler is
Friendly cruise missile deployed. EKIA confirmed.
Changing mag. Dropping ammo here.
Taking the lead.
I take care of my people.
Enemy KIA.
my first single match was against
Flash! Shield your eyes!
places I probably thought I ever came to.
Using drill charge.
Just
Ready for tasking.
take a breath, even do something.
Loading.
UAV online and orbiting the AO.
frontier, Wild West for not another dream.
Tell me what happened.
There's light all around you. And it wasn't a candlelight or firelight. I thought, now that must be what a light should be like.
UAV is bingo fuel. RTB at this time. 1 minute remaining.
Something you've never seen in real life.
We've secured the lead.
I dream of the past.
Enemy UAV active.
Why would I not dream of the future?
Early payday, fee-free overdrafts.
Drill charge!
Love thinking out.
30 seconds remain. In the area. 10 seconds remaining.
Whatsoever. It's one of the most grueling
Friendly care
athletics.
package in the AO. How are you in the area?
More putting on a show.
Sniper's down.
Never sell a single ticket.
Well done.
Not even watch. So if you're going to be an effective pro wrestler, you have to be both. They got to be good at this too, which is they got to sell it. They got to build it. They got to sell it. Have the backstory. They got to make you want to come to see that match, and that's acting.
I'm a wrestler. That makes me an actor and an athlete. When I first walked on the set at Ed Wood, Bill Murray, you've heard of Bill Murray, somebody says to me, are you nervous? I said, no, I don't think so. And Bill said, why would he be nervous? He's been acting his whole life.
The real art of wrestling is an acquired skill. And what you are really good at is improv. And I can still remember the one movie that I was in, was Paradise Alley. Sylvester Stallone's first movie after the original Rocky. And it's set in like Hell's Kitchen, New York, and it's club wrestling type of thing. There were a lot of people making wisecracks on the set, extras and what have you. And Stallone stopped the whole thing one day, and he said, "I don't want to hear another wisecrack about professional wrestling." He says, "We're going to do something here in 3 days that would take us 6 weeks to do with a bunch of Hollywood stuntmen." He said, "These guys are the best improv actors I've ever seen." I think wrestlers, in a lot of ways, are the greatest actors that ever lived. I mean, they were harder working, more realistic. Robert De Niro can go ahead and pack on 300 pounds for a movie, but they'll do all these things for their art. But you won't see Robert De Niro cut his head with a razor blade. You won't see Robert De Niro take a chair shot for somebody. You won't see like all the stuff that you see in wrestling. It's an art form. I consider myself an artist. Anybody else, you get a guy off the street and hit him with a chop, he'd run forever and never come back. But we'd stay there because that's how we made our money. So it was like we wanted the people to believe it for real, and that was the mindset that I had. I approached pro wrestling strictly as an entertainment venue. I was never a technician wrestler like a Bret Hart or like a Harley Race, for example. Highly precision, highly technical wrestler. I saw no future in that part of the wrestling industry for me. My future in pro wrestling was going to be in the entertainment aspect of it. So in fact, I was ahead of my time by decades.
Covering your six.
Throwing drill charge!
overhead.
Your old stuntman, actor, and there's a lot more to it than people think.
There's life after wrestling. You gotta do something after the last cat upside here. I was in the kitchen telling my wife I want to make this and that. She said, why don't you sit down, big boy, and write a cookbook? And I wrote one, and I've sold 3,000 copies. First we got the grease in the pan. We put the pan over here. We got this here fine hamburger meat here. We
Friendly
take this
UAV
here,
on station.
and we straighten it up. We're browning this up, of course. We're straightening it up right here. Reminds me of a lot of my matches. You know, you didn't get rid of it. You had to
On your six.
Tell that fat girl in the front row, go home and lose some weight. Hell, the crowd used to love our wrestling fans.
Get bad guys!
Yeah, it's real good. Oh, you almost taste it right now. Looking for the salt and pepper. Salt and pepper right here in this little glass. We sprinkle all around.
Enemy care package incoming.
All the guys you see.
Hostile
Around the hole.
Using fuel charge.
line activated.
Pepper. Ready for the next.
Hostile sentry is on
I'm taking fire.
It's like every match, you can't just 30 seconds in the ring. It takes a little
Hostile
while.
airstrike incoming.
Yes.
Enemy UAV active.
We have these beautiful peppers. We put them right on there. We took the meat out of it. That meat out of there. And you take this here, you gotta mix these up a little bit also. You gotta keep these moving all the time. Like in the wrestling ring, you gotta move around in that ring. When you think it's ready, I think it's ready, you're gonna start putting it in there.
Taking effective fire.
A little bit at a time. All right. Now it's time to put the potatoes on there. You want all the potatoes in there?
If you have respect, down to the nights. If you have any problem with your show, stop and listen to me. Listen to somebody. Slap, tear, by rotator cup.
I wanted to shout hallelujah.
Across the field. Fight back.
It's like being in a picture. A little brownie here. Yes, sir. Yeah. How does that look? Now, you got your oven right here. Inside your oven.
Friendly cluster mine deployed.
Throwing drill charge.
Sit down because you're going to wait a half hour.
Hostile care package in the area. Our UAV is orbiting the area.
That's worse than some of the wrestling matches I've been into. Sometimes you go in the dressing room, you're soaking wet, you had a hard match, and you just say, that was a great match. And they didn't. You ask somebody, say, was that a great match? And you better give me the right answer. And it better be yes.
Using fuel charge. Delayed.
Ready to deploy. RTV at this time.
Till somebody loves you, so find yourself somebody to love.
I think that wrestling is going to be around so it goes through ebbs and flows. But there's something about almost archetypal aspects of villains and heroes. There's an urging in the human heart to see evil defeated and to impossible odds. That's something that's going to be with us
Switching
forever.
mags.
People like to play out the great traumas.
The WWE came out and publicly said, hey, look, we are sports entertainment, so what? Back when we and trying to make the people compete in the competition that we that most people, be they an athlete or have competed athletically in anything or been in a real fight, you watch wrestling, for 5 or 10 minutes and go, wait a minute, what's up here? But we try to present it in such a way that it was as believable as possible.
It was a real strict code of protecting the business to the fans, and the fans were being protected. They were believers, and the doggone thing was real, and they were very violent.
I think it was a time because in '85 was a little bit. They believed it, but they didn't believe it like they did in '79. They wanted to kill me trying to get to my car, and they always thought it was a Cadillac or something. And it was, you were in fear for your life sometimes.
They burn you with cigarettes and cigars, and throw hot coffee at you, and try to cut you with an opener or a knife. And on more than one occasion, my partner and I had to stand with chairs back to back, swinging at the audience in order to get out alive, because they took it seriously. They were very dangerous.
The new chairs.
Hard.
Boston Garden, it was dangerous at the Boston Garden. It was, it was a little dangerous at all. Really dangerous. They throw batteries and quarters. They would actually throw quarters and pieces. I pick them up myself.
There were places that I remember up in the Canadian Maritimes.
Hostile care package deployed.
People had guns and
Hostile traffic in the area.
That's a little bit of a scary feeling.
Mission compromised. We've been defeated.
Coming out of the building. It was lucky it was a 22. It went below my kneecap. If it was my kneecap, I would have been crippled, for life.
The worst encounter I ever had with a fan was a barber's razor on the way out of the ring. I think that was a bad encounter. But you know what? While I wasn't really thrilled about that happening, and I didn't realize it happened until I got in the dressing room and somebody said, hey, look at your arm, man. Part of my bicep was sticking out. But you have to understand that that meant, for me, mission accomplished.